Good morning, good morning. Welcome to my live daily guidance with me, Wingishnibe Majekikwe, Christiana Carr, or Chrissy Carr, Superstore, Star. Yeah. Swinging day. I told you about my swinging time, say. And I want to say, first of all, let's start off. Happy birthday to my Nanny T. Oh, I love you, and I'm going to see you soon. I sang happy birthday earlier. I hope she heard me. Yeah, I'm crazy like that. I got my birthdays marked on the calendar, and I sing happy birthday. So on your birthday, listen closely because you may just hear me singing to you. All right? Okay. Well, anybody, if you let me know when your birthday is, I will definitely sing happy birthday and send out all those loving vibes. So, that was my phone. I'm not going to check that right now. I'll check it after. Okay, let's start with a smudge as we do for all of our lives. Okay, lots going on in this head right now. Okay, it's been a crying day already, and yesterday is what I call because it's just a couple of days before the time, which is the natural release time for us women, right? So this is my natural release time in the cycle, that cleansing, so it's all good, so good, though it doesn't all feel good, right? But I know it's all good. It's all for the highest good, right? Just to release it so more can come in. If I don't let go of all that I'm sad of, how can I let more to come in that I'll be happy of? Right? Does that make sense? And then we must release, right? We're gonna clean out before we can bring some more stuff in, right? We can't put anything in something that's already full, right? So let's clean out all the shit I'm full of. Clear out all the shit. Turn that shit into fertilizer. There we go. And then I water my seeds with my tears. And anybody can, I'm not the only one. All righty. Let's get that smudge going. Calling in all the relations and loving guides. All that is for you. Me too. I'll join. It's tomatoes. Right. The more the merrier. Bring in all those loving guides. More love, more love. What the world needs now. Love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for every one of us. So true. Excuse me. Sorry. Hope I didn't hurt your ears this early. Alrighty, this is a little different. Lynn McLaughlin, if you're watching, I need some more of your sage. Oh, that lights so nicely. Alright, and if you're watching, all those watching, have you hit that subscribe button yet? We can work together. Spreading more love. Enough going there. There we go. You getting some? You seen it? All right. You waving that over you? That's right. All right. Cleanse that aura. Cleanse that off. You can hear all the beauty. See all the beauty. Feel all the beauty around us. Walk in beauty. Be beauty. Blessings. Whatever you like to call it. Tomatoes. So they say. Okay. We got a little. We're doing good at cleansing that off, right? Whether we're turning negative or positive, I was talking to my aunt this week. I went to my Aunt Caroline's this weekend and got to see an old sister of mine. Oh, she's not that old. Of course, the way we were walking around, it was like we were pretty old biddies. And I'm like, still feel like kids. friend in high school. Love, love, love her. Love her. Um, like I said to her, I'm like, you know what? And, I don't remember there ever being any kind of friction between us. She's like, yeah, me neither. We just always kind of flowed. And I was thinking, like, like, how did we'd lost touch, and I think it was even just shortly after high school, and she'd moved to Trenton with her dad. And then we had lost contact, and then, universe brings us back together again. And what divine timing. Man, definite kindred spirits there. We got a lot of similarities. Love, love that. Jenny Chevalier Bussica, I love you so much. And thank you. It's amazing. We're going to have some fun. Yes, we are. We're all going to have some fun. Thank you. Thank you all for being there and the way you've touched my life. And hopefully I've given back some of what you've given to me, because I've learned from every single one of you. Even you I have not even met yet. I know. I've learned something from you. And I hope I'm able to share something with you too. This is in that collective consciousness, that love. I feel your vibes. I do. And I love it. Thank you. And I hope you feel my love and vibes too. And my love and support for you in finding. You don't have to find it, because how can you find something that's not lost? It's there inside you. There's no way to lose it, because it's always there inside. Right? So sometimes we find it's like, I'm going to put this away in a special place in our house, and then we can't find it even from ourselves. But we know it's still there. Right? And it'll turn up when we need it. Right? When we stop looking, it ends up being right there in front of us. So we don't need to keep looking for ourselves. We are already here in ourselves. We just need to be ourselves. And sometimes, that takes a little help for us to look at that reflections that we're putting out there to help us to know. I'm going to say that, right? Like me growing up and learning, I knew, okay, when I say things this, I'm not understood. But if I say it this way, I'm understood, right? So let me, making sense. Channel it through. Lots going on in my head right now. I've been looking in this neurodiversity stuff and different wirings of brains, right? And that the autism is not a mental illness, but a neurological disorder. Right? It's in the brain. It's a brain thing, not than an emotional, mental thing. It's very interesting. And the more I'm seeing and researching it, the more I'm seeing myself and a greater understanding for myself. It's like when I sucked it up and I got my my scooter. There was a sign, right? I didn't have to go around and tell everybody, please be gentle, because if I got bumped, it's kind of jarring to my body, and that really hurts, and I don't want to be living in that, where I have to say to everybody, like I'm a delicate little flower, In ways I am. We all are. So we need to take care of our bodies. But having that little scooter, it was like I didn't have to say anything to anybody. It's just, this woman needs a little more space. There's somebody that needs a little more consideration. We need to be a little more careful around that person, right? So in that way, it's helping. I've had to embrace my embarrassment of not being physically able to do the things I used to be able to do. That's very hard for me to accept. It's been hard for a lot of others in my life, I've noticed, to accept as well. And there's been lots of disconnection, although we can never really, really disconnect. I still love everybody and send them my love, and my support's there for them, because I love unconditionally. Right? We're all here on this earth. We are all innocent babies, and I see that, and I've always been able to see that. And then some thought that was a not so great thing in me, and some thought that was, right? That there's this sort of, it seems like I'm naive. Maybe in some ways I am, that we all are, but I just love to give. And I've always believed that's a reflection of who I am. That I'm always going to be giving, because I know that what I give out comes back to me multiplied. And it's not from the same ones that I've given it all to. But I know there has always been a balance in my life that I've always kept going to be a giving and loving person. And sometimes to a point where I can be easily taken advantage of. But the thing is, I'm more aware of when I'm being taken advantage of. So then it's not really taking advantage of me when I know exactly what's going on, right? And it'll only be to a certain point, and then I say, hey, well, that's enough, right? And yeah, how do you deal with that too? How do you do that? Do you put down those boundaries? Do you realize or recognize when someone's taking advantage of you and then are able to put down a boundary? Do you feel guilty putting down boundaries? Are you afraid to hurt somebody's feelings because you got to put down a boundary and say, look at, that's a little draining or that's a whole lot draining, whatever it is. Okay, let's call in the directions and pick our spread for today. The east, the path to illumination and clarity, the path of the man. The south, innocence, inner child, the emotions. The west, the woman, the earth, our stability, our source of life. Between the east and south to it, and the north, our mature years, our inner wisdom in the air. And we travel the earth walk from south. A red road goes from south to the north. From our innocence, we are all innocent, all babies here, learning and growing together. We go to our wisdom years into the north, right? Where we discover the secrets about ourselves, right? The secrets that might not have been so secret to others, right? Others might be able to see something in us, but only it's up to us to let that really shine out, right? Although some people can see deeper even when we're not shining, even when we're trying to hide it. We can't. There's always a little light kind of gets out. And then we go the road of spirit. East. Oh, it's the unlimited, the great mystery, right? It's that illumination, the clarity, everything is in the void. Past, present, and future, all is in the void. Everything we could ever want, we ask and we can receive right from the void. And we use our creativity then into the west to fulfill, to manifest that void. The west shield, yeah, see the west shield. Introspection and goals. So we take that all in, and in the west we integrate all of that, right? We turned all those experiences into that wisdom when we move up into the north. Yeah. Okay, and then above, below, and within. And we'll spread them out. Yes, I do have to apologize for yesterday too. I was not here on my Monday daily guidance, but there's no medicine in me yesterday. It was a rough day. Rough day. This morning's been kind of rough too, but I've made the commitment to you and to myself. Right? We'll do this live every Tuesday and Thursday together. So, which spread shall we do? The pathway spread was coming up to me. We can balance our 4 directions again. There's a daily corn spread. Let's try. Should we try that? Existence of the grand, the T. That was another one I was thinking was the TP spread of the lessons going through the home right now. We've done the peace tree, and we've done the sacred mountain spread. The moon lodge. Have I did the moon lodge inward tree? I think I did. Right? Well, that's the time that's coming. So that's coming. Well, here's the pathway. The present, the future, the pattern, set of life lessons moving through your life. The challenge you have conquered or the lesson just completed. What is working for you? What is working against you? So I was thinking of this channel and what we're doing here, working together. Oh my goodness, look at me. Okay, guys, I'm so tired. I hope I don't fall asleep in the middle of this. And I've been crying this morning. So as I say that, it's starting again. Feel it bubbling up. And that's okay. Butterfly spread, the moon lodge, inward tree for centering. I don't know who needs some centering here. Getting to the root of it, right? Let's inward tree for centering. Let's get centered here. Okay, yeah. And clearing and letting the guides, all of our relations, and feeling that loving support I'm sending out to you and all that you're sending to me. We create this energy of love and support, and we can always feel it there. It's always there. We just choose to let it in, right? Open up to let it in. Let's find that centering. Let's do that. The east. The east card. We have the south. In the west. Then the north. Looks like it looks right up here in the north. Oh, that one wanted to come on top of it like that. Okay, and we have our center. Okay. And overall today, the tops and the bottoms here. Okay. One thing, these spreads you could probably do with your other cards too. Eagle, Spirit is with us. Thank you. I've been calling that in with a higher perspective, the higher vision on this YouTube, and how we can help each other here, what we can do to help change the system, help change, right? To tap into our hour of power, ritual of joy, taking time for ourselves, and what we need to do to tap into that joy again. Now, this one wanted to be shown too, right? Records, knowing revealed. The stuff has been coming up through my life, like I said, with this autism that I've been on. Now, what is it for you? For me personally, this speaks to me of that. Because finding, connecting with my friend from many years ago. 17 years it's been since we've seen each other. But we've been friends since high school. Like, over 30 years. Wow, one of the longest friends in my life. And then connecting with my aunt too and talking about things from childhood and stuff. Seeing things and looking at this Asperger's autism spectrum thing. There is a genetic component. And the women in my family too. Right? All different and unique, but there's these similarities that are in there and with everybody, right? As it is with everyone. So, the spirit, connecting with our own spirit, that can bring us the most joy too. Feeling that connection can kind of dissipate that feeling of being alone and that loneliness, because we can feel that connection no matter what. Right? Even if we step outside, we still can connect physically to the other physical parts of this world and help us feel that connection more to our spirit. Right? Go hug a tree. Right? Pick up a stone. Hold that stone. Right? We can place all that stuff that we're feeling. We can put that in that stone and return it to the earth, because they can transmute those poisons. They've had a lot more practice at it. Right? Because they've been around a lot longer. Or we can pick up a stone and say, what is it that you would like to share with me? from your wisdom and from your experience on your earth walk or your earth roll, eh? Whatever that may be. Think of it that way, right? Think, right? No box needed, right? Think outside. Okay, so let's go to our east, to the Moon Lodge. This is a card known as the Whirling Spirit card, the key to unlocking your spiritual nature and to clearly seeing your spiritual talents and abilities. Here we go. 3. Seeking and finding, right? We go to the east to get that illumination, right? We want to illuminate in ourselves. We can be illumination for others. We can shine our lights and show them that they can shine their lights too and be that reflection of the beauty we see in the world. We get to choose that. If we do the deep dive, we see that we already are. 3, 4, 5. We take those steps. And as we discover who we are free to be who we are. Right? And we can celebrate that in joy because we know we are all part of this great oneness divine, whatever we call it. We're all part of some higher power, right? Or, hey, are we still we're all on this earth together, right? And the only person we have control of is ourselves. The only person we can really, truly know inside out is ourselves, right? That doesn't mean we can't know somebody else. Because, hey, they are another version of ourselves on some level, whatever you believe, right? If we are all one and we are all connected, that would make them another version of ourselves. Blah, 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 blah. We can go deep, 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 right? But let's just be ourselves, right? Discovering who ourselves, that can take a whole lifetime, just getting to know ourselves and who we are. And then we get to teach others how to treat us and who we are. It's not others telling us who we are. We're sharing with them who we are. Or there's no telling. There's just deep down that knowing that I and you are me. Whether we agree or disagree. Right? We are all on this earth together. We need to get along. Okay? Or we just blow ourselves up. Whatever you believe spiritually, whatever, okay? Doesn't matter. We keep fighting. We blow ourselves up. We destroy ourselves. So you can take that on the global level, or you can take that on the inner level. We keep fighting that stuffing inside. We're going to blow ourselves up. And we tend to, right? Sometimes we need to, right? Blow up that and start from scratch. Nothing wrong with that, right? Rebuild our foundation. So take that deep dive. Seeking and finding yourself. Sometimes we gotta go through the mud and through the shit. Right? Right? Turn the shit into fertilizer and water those seeds with your tears. And grow through it. We're growing through it. The South is the new growth or seed card. Look to this card for possible beginnings in either personal relationships or in how you relate to the environment. In the Moon Lodge spread, this card may reveal your true feelings about someone or something. It is the card that will show your hidden emotions toward a person or thing, whether yourself or others, right? So, the unlimited vision, right? We know that. We can create ourselves in the unlimited vision of ourselves, right? Because that's where there's a 3 too. Right? Unlimited vision of who we are. Which part we choose to live from. And that patience with ourselves. And seeing how our dreams come true slow and steady. Always there, we need to have that patience, right? Look at what ants can do. They can lift 100 times their weight, is it? 10 times their weight. And they all work together in that colony. I think there's things that said that ants are going to be here even long after we are. They were here before us humans. They'll be here long after. They work together. They each have their own part. You have your worker ants. You have your soldier ants, you know. The queen ant. Each have their own part. But they all do their own part. you know. The worker ant doesn't go out there and try to be a soldier ant. And they're all built differently for those parts. So I was reading something, I think it was the naked mole rats, a study done on them. And there's these big fat ones, right? They don't seem to do nothing, right? Except for sit there. But yet all these one, all the other are giving them their food, and it doesn't look like they're even contributing in any way. Right? And as all of them work, all of them are busy doing stuff, and there's these little fat ones that don't do nothing. But then when the rains come, these fat ones, all of a sudden they get up and they go plug the holes so the rain don't get in. So they serve a very important purpose. And no wonder everyone respects them, is not getting upset that they're just sitting there eating. Because, hey, they got to get their asses wet plugging the hole to keep everyone else's asses dry. Right? So no matter what, your job is important. You're essential here. And it is essential for you to live that dream of yours, whatever that is. Right? And just being you, okay? Because you already know how to do it. You already know what that is. You've already been doing it your whole life. So, tap in. You go in that deep reflection and you see. You see. You see you. You see that you're innocent. And you see. You get to choose the unlimited vision of you. And to have patience as we grow. Right? Have patience that we're watering those seeds with those. There will grow. There is growth. Something is happening, though we can't see it. We don't see that seed cracking open and starting to sprout those roots into the ground. You don't see until long after, until it's poked its way through that soil. You don't see. You have to trust and believe that what you've planted is growing. It's alone. So let's go to the West then. And the West is the dream within the dream card. Hey, so I just thought as we're going around with this, you think it is growing. I've got 12 subscribers now. Right? And my confidence is growing. Or not the confidence. Well, it is confidence. But I don't want that to over. I still humbly just put this out there and share. Right? You know, for you and for me. Is equal. Right? It's for me. It's for you. Just to help to know that we're not alone. We all share our stories and we never know how we're going to affect someone else. You never know. But then keeping to ourselves. How are we going to have a help others? Blah, 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 blah. Tired. Okay, so let's go to the West card. The dream within the dream. Excuse me. Oh. May lead to your real purpose in life, so study it carefully. Is your dream or vision a product of your superficial ego, or are you being truly introspective and realizing goals which your higher self is suggesting? And it's here in the West that you impregnate yourself with your real life mission. What's the intent? The smoke signals. Well, the intent is to show you're not alone, and to show me that I'm not alone. To they say it's okay to be a weirdo because we're all weirdos in our own way. That's something it used to be I am wonderfully, internally, externally, radiantly divine original. That doesn't roll off the tongue. So the other day it popped up in my head as I'm watching Marianne Williamson, the Teaching the Teachers, and it pops into my head. Who I am externally reflects divine originality. Who I am externally reflects divine originality. There's another one for the weirdo. Oh, you're such a weirdo. Oh, well, who I am externally reflects divine originality. Right? Look at how creative the great creative original source is. Look around you. Look at how creative. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, I intend to see the beauty all around me. When we go out there, what's that intention? Do I intend to see the beauty in the world? Right? Am I aware of what my intentions are? Am I bringing those intentions into my consciousness? Or am I allowing myself to be? You know, to some point, we need to be led by the universe in divine love, right? But we need to be aware of that. Because if we're not, we can be led by the dark, by the ego that says we're unworthy, right? That's dark too. Make sure you have your flashlight when you go in those dark places, right? There's magic. There's magic. And we see it and we think that it's magic, right? But when we put our intentions are pure, it's miracles. Miracles happen. We get out of the way and the miracles happen. It's not magic. It's the laws of the universe, right? We don't make things happen. We can step out of the way and allow things to happen through us. We're not making it happen, right? Because we are innocent babies. It's our intentions that make it seem magical. If our intentions are pure, out of love. That's from under here. It's a dream within the dream. For that to come through and for it to feel like magic, that we've got this screen, but I can feel your love and you can feel my love. We can feel that support. We can feel that connection. That feels magical. To be on the TV screen feels like that's magic, right? The intentions are pure, to share and reach as many as possible. Raven is great for those distant healings. It's sending that raven. It can bring those healings and the distant healings. So that's the intention of this YouTube channel, to be able to share so people can see they're not alone. And whether you're getting something from me or as we comment in the comments, that it's sharing in those comments, whether you're joining us on our sharing our stories to affect change and get out there and share your stories too. Feel free to add videos or anything to that, to post anything that would share, to add anyone you think, okay, or feel drawn to add to that would get something out of it or has something to add. We all have something to get and to give to each other, right? We start with that giving and be open to that receiving as well. Right? And we're not always going to get back from those we gave it to, right? But you know what? If we think of it as we're contributing to the universe, then it doesn't matter whose face is on that gives it back. We're getting back from the universe, right? No matter who I'm giving to. I am giving to the universe and adding into the universe of love and, you know, how that comes through me, right? So, whenever I receive something back to me, I am receiving that from the universe. No matter what the person looks like in front of me, they're a representation of that universe, of what is in me as well. Right? And they are returning, right? That was coming back, that karma. Sometimes we don't even know it, all right? We don't even know it. So listen to your instincts and where you're feeling guided to give, even if you think, what can I do? How can I help? Let that ego voice quiet, or whatever you want to call it. Go with that instinct that wants to give. Even if you don't know why or how it's going to help. No. Here you go. Offer it. Right? Line there too, right? Offer it. This is what I'm feeling. Could this help you? Okay, I have this that I could offer to you. Would that help you? Right? And maybe that is the one thing that person needs, but that person might be at a spot where they say, no, thank you. And you go, what? But why am I feeling? Wow, it's not for you to push that on them. Maybe they're not ready and open to receive that yet. We need to open to receive. Right? We can't receive when we're all clenched up like this. So we need to let go so that we can recognize when that's being offered to us and we go, yes, thank you, and receive it. Pay it forward. North, and we're up to the north. We're sitting, these ones are turning to be long ones. That's okay. This card indicates the inner wisdom you may not have recognized in yourself. The north is the place. Falling asleep. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm awake here. Let me get that drool. North card indicates the inner wisdom you may have not recognized in yourself, may not have recognized in yourself. The north is the place of wisdom and knowing. Therefore, if you are looking outside for answers, this card gently nudges you to follow the animal's lead to find the same wisdom within yourself. Study this card with the idea of knowing yourself will break any self-deception you may have. We need to retreat, to go inside. Inside, like I was saying, natural time in a woman's cycle is when it starts to flow, right? That's our natural retreat, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. So back in the day, they would go to the moon lodge, you see? Because, like, how can we function like this? It's all tripping up, I can't, so let's just... For our safety and the safety of others as well, we need the moon lodge. Bring back the moon lodge, the black lodge. One day, that is a dream of mine here too, to have one here. Anyways, parts of the natural cycle, we need to go in. So this animal can help us. The power, right? Because that is within us. The power, not power over, that power within. We need to retreat to see where we've given that away and how we continue to do that. Because these were old habits, and not to be upset with ourselves, but let those records and stuff come up and be revealed to us of how we've given our power away. And we go into retreat and into that reflection to be able to get that power back. Because having power over, we don't get our power back by doing those same things that were done to us. Because others were trying to get their power back. They're innocent in theirs too, right? But as we know more, we gain more power back. And we have the power to change those things within us. Those things that we accepted. And we have the power to do that with ultimate compassion and gentleness. By being easy with ourselves. We being gentle. Be gentle with yourselves and have that power, feel that power within. Take that time to retreat and feel how everything until now, look at you, you're here. You've survived everything till now. What a powerful warrior you are. Amazing. Take that time and breathe that in and just a quick reflection of everything you've been through in your life to this point. Wow, you amazing being, and look at you go. You're here. You're still open to love. You're still loving and caring and giving. But how much are you allowing to be given back to you? How much are you receiving back? And if those faces that you're looking at are still not giving back to you, well, that's okay, right? Because as I said, it's not expecting that to come back to you, but the boundaries. Because we do start to feel drained. So if you're surrounded by faces that feel more draining, because they're trying to get their power back by, getting it from you because you're giving it to them. In some ways, right? And if you're not finding faces out there that are giving to you, there's not a balance in that. Like I felt I had to go outside my home to get that balance back for a long time. So I felt powerless in my home. Right, and as children, we can feel powerless in our homes. But even as a mother, I'm thinking, I should have the power in my home, right? But I don't. But having power over my children doesn't help me. I want to empower them. Sometimes it's disempowering me, right? I can't control you. I can't make you do anything. They're like, well then, I'm not doing anything. Okay. So, I kind of set myself up for that one. My little Andy bear. My big brother Richard babysitting him. I tell him, you can do anything. I come home after work, your son hit me. Well, and told me that. My mom said I could do anything. So, you know, so how are we giving others power over us? And even in those little ways like that. And it doesn't have to be those big, big, big ways, right? Because it's hard to see that. And it's not a responsibility. It's not a blame. There's nothing wrong with us to accept that we gave our power away when we were younger. We didn't know any better. Or we had no other choice. Right? Well, there's always a choice, but, it's the choice of surviving or the choice of putting ourselves in more danger, right? It's that the brain is wired to survive, right? It's just watching a thing. You have your primal brain that even reacts faster than the thinking brain gets to, right? So let's go easy on ourselves. Not blame ourselves that we gave our power away. Everybody's done that in some way. We are not alone in that. None of us are. Okay? We're all beautiful, unique, divine beings, yet we're all the same. We all come from the same divine source. Truth. Truth. Whatever you call it. Tomatoes. We're all on this earth together. Here we are. So now let's get to the center. And this card indicates the integration point of all the directional medicines of your personal conscious. It is this shield, it's the power shield of the true self. This is the card of the circle of knowing the within, the taproot of your personal consciousness. Knowing the true self, the within, and those without can never again deceive you. Right? All my life most of my life been such a trusting person. I want to believe others. That I don't, well, if we tap into that self, we know that. What does the truth feel like? What does something not truthful feel like? So when we tap into that, we know it. Nurturing. So when we're nurturing ourselves and nurturing that inner self to know what is best for us, right? So then that's how we know. Or we can feel when we're being led down something that's not good for us. Because so long as we're taking care, nurturing ourselves, that's sharing that with the world. We're nurturing the world, right? Because what we do for ourselves, we do for the all. We hurt ourselves, we're hurting everyone. We're helping ourselves, we're helping everyone, right? Even if we look just in that little thing in our home, right? The best thing we can give our children is a happy, healthy parent, right? Stable and solid. Human being has emotions, but shares. Look, okay, look at, I'm angry, but I still love you, right? We gotta live together. So when you're making a mess and I'm tripping over your toys, it's hurting my feet, but I still love you, right? You need the shower because you're gonna be stinky, right? People crossing the road. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. To shower doesn't change who you are. It's just going to make you smell nicer, make you shinier, right? But it doesn't change your being. It's a little personal for me. So nurturing yourself. As we nurture ourselves, we get in touch with that true self. We take that time to retreat. And we say who we are, right? We say who we are. That's somebody else. Many reputations. It's a character. We're looking at that character. And we're building our own characters, right? And who we choose to be. Knowing that I am you and you are me. We're all the same. We're all connected. But we all have our different parts to do. Like you look at those ants, they all look the same. There's some that are bigger, some that are smaller. But they're all basic design. It's the same, right? We all have the basic design the same. Bigger, smaller, whatever. Same. But they don't all do the same jobs. Everyone is important, so we need to integrate that self-reflection. What is it that I'm here to do? How do I contribute in this world? How do I help our colony or whatever, right? In the unlimited vision of all. So in the dream time, we can tap into that more collective, higher vision of it all. right? But we start with our own little ones here, right? Just in our own little family. It all begins within, right? And what's our intentions, right? And we bring that in, and that magic, it's magical because as we're doing it for ourselves, it affects the whole, right? We take that time to retreat and get in touch with our power so that as we're nurturing ourselves and knowing that who we are, who that true self is, we can never be fooled. Ever. Because we know the truth. We all know the truth deep down. Deep down. All the answers are inside. All we need to do is begin within. All righty, rambled on with that one. It's good though. Wow, this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful people. I'm so happy to do this. Thank you. I miss it when I'm not on. Now I'm going to go for a sleep. Aha! So here's our spread. The self-reflections, it's still up there. Know yourself. Doing that deep dive. And you're reflecting all the beauty in that world. We all have our own parts. When we use our intention and we intend with love, oh, magic happens and it's miracles. It might look magical. It's a miracle. I'll have the power to do it, to nurture ourselves, to be ourselves, to let that spirit shine through. Oh, here, I'm trying to aim that at me. Don't look at my messy room. I wasn't trying to show you my messy room. I just forgot to hit the thing to put me back here. Hello. Sure. You have a wonderful, blessed day. I love you all so much, you amazing beings. You keep being you and letting your love and light shine through in everything you do. Right? Because it's an inspiration to others. And you don't even know it. You don't even know the lives you affect. Some you'll never know. Some come up and tell you and say thank you. Some you'll never know. So you need to be open to feeling that distance, because those ones that have helped me, those people that I love, even though there might not always be Facebook messages or phone calls, there's always that love going out in the wind. You feel the wind, you feel my love. Because I love you all. And I thank you all for being here on this earth at this time. And it's beautiful. Thank you so much for being you. Big heart hugs. Embrace it. Who I am externally reflects divine originality. Goes for you too. Love you.